Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. I say shalom to the Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out. And this is from ArabNews.com, and it reads, Armenia urge UN to hold meeting at the Nagorno-Karabakh crisis. And it says Armenian police detain a dozens protesters, mostly war veterans in central Yerevan after they block a government building. It says Armenian and international aid groups has meanwhile been warning that the humanitarian situation in Nagorno-Karabakh is dire and deteriorating, with shortages of food and medication and energy. Armenia on Saturday urged the UN Security Council to hold a crisis meeting of the Nagorno-Karabakh, citing a deteriorating humanitarian situation, after accusing Azerbaijan of blocking supplies to the disputed region. The Caucasus neighbors have been locked in a dispute over the enclave, international recognized as part of the Azerbaijan since the 1980s, has fought two wars over the territory. The second in 2020 saw the defeat of the Armenian forces and significant territorial gains for Azerbaijan. The Armenian government demands the intervening of the UN Security Council as the main organ for the safeguarding global security. The Nagorno Armenians permit as representative to the UN and said in a letter to the body. It says for months, Yerevan has accused Baku of stopping traffic through the Nagorno-Karabakh, a short notice road linking Armenia to Armenians populated settlement in the breakaway region of Nagorno-Karabakh. In this letter, Armenia refers to serious shortages of food, medication, and fuel, the majority Armenian populated region of the Azerbaijan, and cuts in electricity and gas supply. This situation has rising mortality due to the severe illness, said Nagorno, citing patients suffering from conditions including diabetes and cardiovascular disease. The population of the Nagorno-Karabakh today stands on the edge of a veritable humanitarian catastrophe. He warned, accusing Azerbaijan of deliberating, creating unbearable living conditions for the population, that he wrote mount to a atrocity designed to force them from their homes. Armenia and international aid groups has meanwhile been warning that the humanitarian situation in Nagorno-Karabakh is dire and deteriorating, with shortages of food, medication, and energy. The two neighbors have been unable to reach in a last peace settlement despite the mediation efforts by the EU, US, and Russia. It's the book of Luke. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25, and it reads the Holy Scriptures. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, and upon the earth disgressive nations, with perplexity in the seas and rage warning. So with that, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Okakadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word, truthfully and sincerity. And shalom to the Akim, sad to the four corners of the world, preaching the word, truthfully and sincerity as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.